Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Nice to be back with you all again. So we're just getting fueled up here at Gatwick, and we are taking the minibus, the Airbus A319, up to Edinburgh. Sort of had to be Edinburgh, didn't it? Really, the 319. It feels like it's only right we do the first trip in the 319 up to Edinburgh. It's a favourite route of mine. Usually covered quite well on VATSIM, although it can vary night by night. So we hope for a good result in terms of ATC, but regardless what happens, even if it's Unicon the whole way, it'd be cool to take the minibus up on a trip to Edinburgh. It's always a nice flight. So we're just getting refueled. GSX is boarding us, so everything's going well. DK, how you doing in Twitch? And what have we got in YouTube chat so far? Chelsea and I Love Tui. Hello to you all. We've also got Oxley and Gracia, aka Mark. How you doing? Nice to see you all. So the livery's done. Well, done-ish. I think I finally got liveries done for the A321, both IAE and CFMs, and similarly with the A319. So this is the CFM version that we're in at the moment. It's unusual. Normally I fly IAEs. I don't know why. Just kind of gravitate towards it. Probably because it was the newest one, and I was like, ooh, new shiny. Then I kind of got used to it. And yeah, you know, all that stuff. The livery really highlights how tiny the bus is. Yeah, it does. And by contrast, the 777. I remember when I put the livery on the 777, I was like, oh, that looks almost like the livery's broken. But you get used to it. It goes to show, really. It really does go to show. But yeah, really, really tiny. Teeny tiny plane. Look how tiny it is. Look how cute it is. So, other than the little outing we had with FSI panel, we haven't really done a lot with the 319. Haven't done a full flight. I'm led to believe it's quite tricky to slow down, so we'll have to keep that in mind. We'll definitely have to keep that in mind. And yeah, we'll hope that everything goes smoothly in that regard. So, I've got batteries on and the ground power connected. Let's just whip up top here. We'll get the navs on, because that's likely to take some time, isn't it? And we will arm the emergency lights. Arm no smoking. Crew supply, oxygen is on. I don't know why I've moved the camera, because it was in a nice position. I just moved it for some weird reason. And there we go. Mr. Robert, good evening. How you doing?
Hello.
Well, right. Let's tune ATIS. I assume there's an ATIS for Gatwick. 136525.
Welcome on board.
We'll just get a note of all of what's going on. Hopefully we won't get rerouted tonight. I don't think we will.
Hack, you have information. Sierra.
Hello.
Gatwick 8 is Sierra 1820 Zulu. Runway in use 08 right. Transition level 75. ILS approach to be expected. Gatwick delivery is closed. ATC service continues on Gatwick ground 121.805 when 050 at 7. Visibility 5,000 meters. Most. Ceiling 600 broken. Temperature 19er. 2.18. QNH 1009er. Increased bird activity within the aerodrome boundary. Data link clearances are available. Log on Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. Acknowledge receipt of information Sierra, and for departures, advise aircraft type on first contact, advise on initial contact. You have information. Sierra.
Jolly good. That'll do. Tricky, we'll be pushing back probably in about half an hour. Ideal. Cool, so people are boarding, that's good. Cargo isn't happening yet, although I think it probably will do quite soon. Evening, Minty. Yeah, loads of time tricky. I usually sort of preamble and whatever for the first half hour or so of the stream, so I always try and push back half an hour to 40 minutes after the stream starts.
Hello.
For better or worse. It feels right that we're going to Edinburgh in this thing. It really does. Favourite little route of mine. Although I don't know what the landing's going to be like. A, because I'm going to keep it at night time tonight. And I don't like it at night. And B, we're in a new plane. So we shall see. We shall see.
Good evening.
Right, I'm going to start getting things set up down here. So first things first, let's go to the ATSU menu. AOC menu. Flight init. And we'll init data request. That'll phone home to SimBrief. Pull in our flight plan, hopefully. Lovely, and we'll go to init. Init request.
This way.
And our flight number tonight is X-Ray November Oscar 103, I believe.
May I see your
Yes, it
boarding
is. Happy days. So X-Ray November Oscar 103. Cost index of 9, according to SimBrief. And it thinks we're going to be cruising at flight level 360. Whether or not that turns out to be the case, we'll soon find out, I suppose.
boarding pass, please?
And we'll request the wind data while we're here.
Good evening.
Manchester to Heathrow, nice. Ah, appreciate it, Minty. I appreciate the thought, regardless. Hitting the like button works too. And that's free. That really does help the stream. So, if you would be so kind as to hit the like button, if you actually like what you're
May I
seeing,
see your boarding
that would be a
pass?
great help. Good. How are we doing with the loading up?
Hello.
45 boarded. Cargo is now being loaded on. There it is. Okie dokie. Let's give ground a call. Was that 121805?
Hello.
And I imagine we'll start to hear some stuff.
Gatwick ET4G2, request and taxi.
EV433, taxi holding point unit 7, runway 08 right, flight Juliet, Tango and 26 right.
Taxi to Juliet 75, Juliet Tango, EZ433.
Welcome
This
on board.
promise after Tango is 26 right.
Alpha Tango is 26 right, ET4GG.
Juliet, Tango, 26 right.
Hello.
Okay, so we're going to be using possibly...
Taxi to Juliet 75, Juliet Tango 26 right.
It's possible we're going to be using 26 right for part of our taxi then. Never done that before. Never done that before.
May I see your boarding pass?
EV14 Bravo Tango, taxi via Lima, Sierra, Hotel Juliet.
Good evening.
Taxi Lima Sierra Hotel Juliet, EZ14 Bravo.
What do we use for our liveries? So for this one, I made this using a combination of Photoshop and Paint.net and Affinity Designer.
Welcome on board.
So a bit of a mix. Panji, we're heading up to Edinburgh. Alright, Chelsea. What is going on frequency?
Anything ET45 Golf Hotel.
Hello.
Stand
553 with information Sierra, QNH 1009, Flight 320, clearance to Berlin, please.
Yeah, Chelsea, we're on that sim.
EV122, if you can please stop clicking your mic without seeing anything.
Hello.
Break, EV45 Golf Hotel, Gatwick ground, slow, sorry, cleared to Berlin, frame 1 Zulu,
Oh no.
2057.
It started.
Clear Berlin, frame 1 Zulu, 2057 in the box, EV45 Golf Hotel.
Just confirm it's frame 1 Zulu.
Oh,
AFM, frame 1 Zulu.
Hello.
Correct.
someone keeps pressing on the mic.
Gatwick ground, good evening. Shuttle 887, Boeing 738, Sam 31 with Sierra 1009, requesting clearance for Birmingham.
Hello.
Shuttle 887, Gatwick ground, good evening, cleared Birmingham, landborne 1 Zulu, the squawk. Stand by for the squawk. The squawk 7264.
Okay, so it's the Lambourne 1 Zulu departure and the squawk 7264, Shuttle 887.
Correct. With the 5696, taxi by Kilo, Kappa, Juliet, Full Short Sierra.
Gatwick ground, good evening, EC122 Alpha, Airbus A321, stand 116,
no.
whiskey, request IFR clearance, sorry.
Boarding pass, please.
EV122 Gatwick ground, hello, I haven't got a flight plan for you.
Right, let's see if I can jump in and say hello, get our clearance up to Edinburgh. Gatwick ground, good evening, Air Knot 103 at stand 567. Information, Sierra on board, aircraft type Airbus A319, requesting IFR to Edinburgh, please.
And 103 Gatwick ground, good evening, cleared Edinburgh, landborne 1 Zulu, the squawk 7270, QNH 1009.
Clear to Edinburgh on the Lambourne 1 Zulu departure, squawk 7370.
7270.
Squawk 7270, and at 103.
Correct. Ryder 11, okay. Ryder 119 continue straight ahead, Juliet, left Tango, 26 right, hold Juliet 7.
Misheard the squawk there.
Juliet, Tango, hold. Just again, hold left.
7270.
Follow that, right there, hold Juliet 7.
Juliet 7, EV4CC.
Hello.
Gatwick ground, EV91 Victor Juliet, is holding Delta 1.
E916 to Juliet 7.
Evening, Apollo.
Good evening, taxi right on 08, Alpha November, full short Kappa.
Evening.
Taxi on to 08 left, hold short Papa, EV91 Victor Juliet.
Oh, Chelsea, it's you.
14 Bravo Tango after the second EasyJet A321 passes left to right. Taxi holding point Juliet 4, runway 08 track.
Say again for EV14 Bravo 10.
Alright,
E14 Bravo
let's
Tango
plan our
after the
departure out.
EasyJet A321 passes left to right. Taxi holding point Juliet 4,
08 right is the runway in use, and we're going to use the Lambourne 1 Zulu departure.
Eurowing 3 mile route taxi.
Edinburgh, we're expecting ILS 06.
Via Lima, Sierra hold short Juliet.
Sierra hold short Juliet, Eurowing 3
On
mile.
the in-pit 1 Echo arrival.
EV45 Golf Hotel, ready, push and start.
Obviously that might change.
After the Eurowing A319 passes left to right. Stand by,
Let's just check through the plan.
After Eurowings passes, push and start approved, face south, EV45 Golf Hotel.
With a 5696 taxi holding point Juliet 4.
Okay, that's looking good. Obviously ATC might intervene and vector us the nearer we get to Edinburgh, but that's okay, we can deal with that.
This way.
Could you repeat the plan again for EV91 Victor Juliet?
It's stand 50.
DCS has a horizontal stream too. I'm just doing both, so I'm covering both bases.
Papa and Lima, EV91 Victor Juliet.
Running 119 on contact with our FR 126 Station 825, bye bye.
2685, running 119, bye.
Good, 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 good. Right, let's get our
Come on board.
Departure info. Well, actually not yet because we're not fully loaded. We nearly are. A few more passengers to get on. I need another 23 or so. So not too far to go. Evening, Kirsty. How are you? Yeah, the vertical stream thing. There is a horizontal stream for those of you that are super into it. Really, the vertical stream is kind of designed to be a bit of a landing pad to capture people that might be interested in watching the full thing properly. That seems to be the general consensus on what to do among YouTube folk. So we're giving that a go.
Bravo Tango contact with director 126 Station 825, bye-bye.
Boarding pass, please.
Bye-bye, easy 433, contact director 126 Station 825, bye-bye.
126.85 for GC.
Cool, initial altitude set of 6,000 as per the SID.
Welcome on board.
It's all looking good. Good. Oh, it really does look small, doesn't it? Tiny little bus. Teeny tiny little bus.
With a 5696 contact with director 126 Station 825, bye-bye.
825, thank you for service, have a good evening.
Cheers, viewing through
Good
Mike.
evening.
Taxi holding point is 45 Juliet.
Taxi on the point Juliet, full by Juliet, you're on the stream, Mike.
Oh, well done, Tricky.
Hello.
And Gatwick ground easy 63.
Getting warm in here, I'm going to have to turn the AC on.
Gatwick ground, low pass message.
This way, please.
At 106 with information Sierra, stand by for CPDLC.
Easy 63, I haven't got a CDLC request from you.
It'll be on its way, sir. I was just informing you for procedure.
Sorry, say again?
Hello.
You should have one shortly.
Okay, roger.
Eagle 16 Tango, 1 hello, and 1 with you.
16 Tango Gatwick ground, below taxi chance 275 Juliet.
Gatwick ground, good evening, easy 122 Alpha, Airbus A321, stand 116, information whiskey, request IFR clearance to Bari.
Easy 122 Alpha, Gatwick ground, below stand by, I'll call you back.
Good evening.
Could it be stand for 216 Tango, thank you.
Sorry, stand 27.
So what do we got on? We got Gatwick ground and we got Gatwick director. So there is a fair bit going on tonight.
This way.
I need you 122 Alpha, you're going to need to file an active flight plan, your flight plan to BAR, ET 0250, etc. You'll need a valid routing from Stonebridge. During 3 point contact with director 126 Station 825, bye-bye.
This way.
Right, so 16825, you're on the stream, Mike, that's all right.
May I see your boarding pass?
126825. We'll put that in now for the director. Jolly good.
EE 45 Golf Hotel, request taxi.
Hello.
Right, we're all loaded up. That's good.
Easy 45 Golf Hotel, taxi fire.
So that's passengers boarded, cargo done, fuel done. So we can send this information to the MCDU. That's all good. Also, guys, how's the volume? Can you hear me over the ATC? Obviously, I can turn it down if it's a bit much. Let's do our departure performance. 08 right. It is currently dry. Sync the final load sheet. Sync the weather.
Alpine 1, sorry, 39 Charlie.
Hi, Abdullah.
I'll call you back.
Roger.
There we go. So we're calculating our takeoff speeds. 146 and then a V2 of 149. Flaps 1.
And Alpine 39 is Charlie Fox.
Trim is up by 0.3. Transition altitude 6,000. Flex temp 68. Volume is good. Okay, it's absolutely blasting in my eardrums, but obviously I need to be able to hear it, so I've got it up a bit louder. So I'm always conscious that if I'm talking and they're talking, you can't hear me, and vice versa. Alright, Centre McDo. So that's all done. Let's go to init. Init B. That's all done. Flight plan's looking good. Alright, Ethan.
Up and Chino and Charlie Foxtrot. Clear to Berlin where you got into Zulu departure.
Boeing Chill, how you doing?
Didn't get the squawk. Can you repeat the squawk?
At the squawk 2066.
Squawk 2066. Outbound Chino and Charlie Foxtrot.
Correct. Taxi UV4, 5 Golf Hotel Taxi, holding point Juliet 45 Juliet.
Happy days. Well, we're not a million miles off, are we, from needing a push?
Gatwick ground is 425 Foxtrot, good evening. Holding point Charlie 3.
How's it going, Alex?
425 Foxtrot, Gatwick ground. Hello, taxi stand 552 by Quebec and Lima.
Taxi stand 552 via Quebec and Lima, EG 425 Foxtrot.
And the 45 Golf Hotel, just confirm taxi holding point Juliet 45 Juliet.
Kirsty, we're on VATSIM, so anyone's welcome to fly along. Tricky is also flying with us tonight, I believe. I don't know where he is.
Ground like NET 67 Juliet Foxtrot, just checking on a PDC request.
That might be him up there.
Copy, we can do by voice if you'd like. We stand 5648319 Sierra 1008, looking for clearance to Pizza.
So 600 Juliet Foxtrot, just got your clearance. I'll send it back via PDC.
Okay, no problem.
Gatwick ground, do you copy?
A-fan.
Tommy's loving the vertical streams. That's interesting you say that, Tommy. Most people don't like them. The only reason I do it, really, is just to maybe capture some more people in the short speed and get them across.
Did you get my CPDLC request, sir?
Even I've replied to it.
Okay, I don't have it yet.
Okay, I'll give you a tax clearance. You're cleared to Frankfurt. I'll take 2 Zulu departure. Squawk 5260 to QH 1009.
Why is my
cleared
estimated
to,
fuel on
Frankfurt.
board so low?
On the Oddvik 2 Zulu, initial climb 6,5260, easy 63.
Correct.
And it just came through as well.
Surprised at that. Never mind, I'm sure we'll be fine. Famous last words, eh?
Gatwick ground, good evening, Ryanair, 57 Tango, stand 572 Sierra, QNH 1009, 5737, looking for South Edinburgh.
Sounds like a tricky.
Tango Gat ground. Good evening. Cleared Edinburgh. Land 112. Squawk 7307 to QNH 1009.
I'm 10 to Edinburgh, 7307, Ryanair, 57 Tango.
Correct. EGG 45 Golf.
Ethan, we're watching... sorry, we've got YouTube horizontal, YouTube vertical, and Twitch as well. So we've got all three.
Gatwick ground, Speedbird 16 Tango. Thank you for serving us today. Goodbye.
Cheers, thanks for flying. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's get some APU on the go, shall we? Seatbelts on. Let's get fuel pumps on the go. Wait for the APU to fire. And what we'll do, if I turn the beacon light on, that will trigger GSX to close everything down. There we go, look, the cargo doors are shut. Jetway will clear off very, very shortly.
Push and start, shuttle 887.
Days APUs available. APU bleed. And we'll think about a push and a start when GSX has pulled itself together.
Hello, Captain.
Oh, there you go.
For pushback.
U452 Foxtrot parked up at stand 552, thank you very much. And just a quick question, a lot of people have been talking about Gatwick scenery. I'm just wondering how you can get that.
Thanks for flying, and I've not heard of any new Gatwick scenery. There's two of them. There's the Edinburgh one and there's the free one, which is still quite good.
Roger. I think I was told off last time because there was a building in front of where I was taxiing. I think I can probably find it. It was the...
This is not the place for this conversation.
Where the air bridge is, but it was just a complete wall because I've got default scenery.
Yeah, there's a brick wall on the air bridge to your right in the default scenery. I'll send you a link to the free scenery.
Roger that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Gatwick ground air not 103, stand 567, ready for push and start.
Not 103, stand 567, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, air not 103.
And Gatwick ground, easy 6-3, Pier 6, request push and start as well.
Ah, nose right, tail left for us tonight, isn't it? Okay. Let's get the old yoke cam on. Parking brake
We'll
off.
call you facing west, turning to easy 6-3.
Okay. Engine into ignition. Dark out there, huh?
The cabin crew member closest to you, as we are about to demonstrate the safety features aboard our Airbus A319. Thank you.
Let's start the flight with New Sky, earn the VA some money.
We're stand 19 and type 27300.
Emirates 902 Gatwick track. Display to Brussels, Arctic 2 Zulu, squawk 2702, take unit 1009.
That's Arctic 2 Zulu and squawk 3702.
Shuttle 887, request taxi.
Engine 1, let's go.
Juliet 4, runway 08 right, fire Kilo Papa Juliet, shuttle 887.
Okay, let's go. Flaps 1.
Charlie Foxtrot, aircraft application together, stand 147.
If the air supply fails, Please set parking brakes. above you. Pull a mask towards you. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start. Breathe normally. Hold the mask in place. With the strap
Cockpit to ground.
on each
We have a good
side
engine start.
first.
You can disconnect.
Put on your own mask.
Okay, auto brake max. Engine's now back into normal. What is going on?
Unlocking the nose
Arm the
gear.
spoilers. Give the cabin a shout. APU bleed off. APU off.
Sound 140, Airbus A320. Also submitting Tango on board to H10.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
To Edinburgh.
Cheers, Chelsea.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay. Gatwick ground air, not 103, ready for taxi. Taxi via Quebec Alpha, Lima, Sierra, hold short, Juliet, air not 103. Right, let's wait for
An easy 6-3.
Thingy Bob to get out of the way. So, Quebec Alpha, then it's so basically down the end here, right onto Lima, straight ahead until we reach the end, then follow it round onto Sierra, hold short, Juliet.
Easy 6-3.
Happy days. Let's go.
I just applied. We are on Airbus A320, stand number 140.
Back to Edinburgh, landlord 12, walk 3435, unit 1209.
To Edinburgh, landlord 12, Thrustmaster, squad 3435, unit 1009, easy 868.
The old FPS here doesn't feel too brilliant. Dare I look and see what it's doing? God. Yeah, just about holding over 20. Love to see it. New CPUs can't come fast enough.
Okay, down to Juliet 4 via Juliet. Easy 6-3.
Alright, coming up now to Lima. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Gatwick ground, go for capturing micro J check. Thank you, Fire Hotel, go for capturing Mike SR22 off Tango 8. We have information Tango and the load QNH form 009. Request the VFR departure to the south. Perfect, copy.
The ground runner 5 Tango, whatever taxi is Tango.
Funny Gamer, we're in the Airbus A319.
Push and start approach race.
Shuttle 887 contact director, 126 or 825
Director 126, station on 825, shuttle 887, bye.
Go ground today, Oscar Channel, get the being 737-800 meters,
Okay, so we're going to hold here at the end because ahead of us is Juliet, which is running left to right, or right to left, depending on which way you want to go. We are now on Sierra. Heading up to Edinburgh tonight. Seemed like an appropriate use of the A319.
Golf Golf 5 DME, right heading 09 degrees 6,000 feet, 0451, and you got the QNH 1009, second zero. You got second zero just now. That's the first golf second zero.
I would have to delay the push for at least 5
Ooh, it's starting to rain.
I would like to delay the push.
Yeah, parking brake on, let that EasyJet go in front of us. Is it me or does the game look best at night? Don't know. I'm never quite sure.
Around, very good evening. 2847, Airbus 319 on stand 15, station Kangaroo. Request 55 ground to the left, please.
Sorry, 284 coming down the ground, hello, in Inverness, land 11 Zulu, squawk 7271, the QNH 1009.
Clear to Inverness from the land 11 Zulu, departure, squawk 7271, QNH 1009, D2847.
Correct.
Golf Mike is ready, taxi.
Golf Lima Mike, stand by, still getting the clearance.
Gotcha.
Now, do I send a little message being like, just holding short of Juliet, just to make sure I've not been forgotten? Try and go live twice a week ideally, Funny Gamer, in an ideal world. Gatwick ground, Air 103, holding short Juliet.
Air 103, taxi calling for Juliet 4.
Taxi to Juliet 4, Air 103.
957 Tango follows the Air taxi calling for Juliet 4.
What would you be for?
Golf Lima Mike, Gatwick ground.
Golf Lima Mike.
Golf Oscar Papa Lima Mike. Golf Oscar Papa Lima Mike. Overly the Gatwick control zone to the south. Number 1500 feet, CFR, squawk 3750.
So I've just changed my performance data because of course it is now raining, which means we've got a wet runway.
I think you gave us that already. We are running and ready for taxi, Golf Lima.
Golf Lima Mike, taxi by the Tango, hold short Juliet.
Thank you, short Juliet, Golf Lima.
Yes, I would like to push now.
Juliet 86 and 140 pushing from 3 space left.
Golf Echo Zero, Gatwick Table Golf.
Golf Echo Zero, uniform, hold short Juliet.
Yes, hold short Juliet, Golf Echo Zero.
Alpine 39, Charlie Fox, taxi by Romeo, Juliet, full short Tango.
Runway
63, contact director, 126 station 825, goodbye.
You just check 126825.
83, contact the director, 126 station 825, goodbye.
126825, thank you for being here. Easy 63.
Easy 67 Juliet Foxtrot, push and start off with 564.
Jax, no, I use frame generation. Now I've got my 4080 Super in. Kind of makes sense, really. Feels like if you've got the 4080 Super, then you might as well use the NVIDIA stuff.
Push start approved, Easy 67 Juliet Foxtrot.
Golf Lima Mike off the Ryanair passing left to right, taxi holding for Golf 1 via Juliet and Golf.
Juliet and Golf, the Ryanair Golf 1, Golf Lima.
Air 103, contact the director, 126 station 825, goodbye.
Contact director 126825, thanks to the ATC.
Ryanair 57, Tango contact director, 126.
Shuttle 887, Golf Economic Control on 129er, this is 1430, I've finished flight, bye bye.
London now 129.430, shuttle 887, bye.
EC6 3, behind the landing company A320, runway 08 right, line up and wait, via Juliet 1 behind.
Via Juliet 1, line up and wait behind. Easy 63.
lining up behind on runway 08 right.
Affirm, sir, we were Juliet 408 right, easy 63.
63, correct.
Gatwick Director Air at 103 with you on Juliet, taxiing for Juliet 4.
Taxi 103, Gatwick Director, good evening, taxi to on Juliet 1.
Taxi to Juliet 1, Air not 103.
Director, you can run Air 57 Tango, Juliet 4.
Right, Air 57 Tango, Gatwick Director, good evening, good to you.
Gatwick Director, Golf Oscar, Mike Juliet, hold Golf 1.
Golf Oscar, Papa Lima Mike, Gatwick Director, good evening.
It was a bit fast there, wasn't it? Jax, I mean, NVIDIA's the way to go, really. If you've got NVIDIA, why would you use the other technologies, is the point of view that I take.
Runway 08 right, clear for takeoff, 060 degrees at 6 knots.
Easy 63, clear for takeoff for 08 right.
Right, Air 57 Tango, continue taxi on Juliet 1.
Juliet 1, 5 seconds.
I reckon I'm going to get told to line up after that EasyJet. Unless there's something coming in that I'm unaware of. Oh, I love the Tobii eye tracker.
Mike, there will be 3 departures ahead. Go for it, Mike. Air not 103, fire Juliet 1, runway 08 right. Line up. And wait.
Line up and wait, runway 08 right, Air not 103. Okay, Tara.
DC63, contact London Control 129.420, bye-bye.
Air France 2004, Tower Control, Gatwick, hello sir, good evening.
Air France 2004, Gatwick Director, good evening.
Air France 2004, Tower Control, Gatwick, hello.
DC63, contact London Control 129.420, bye-bye.
129.420, thank you for being here, bye now.
Oh, look at those lights. So nice at night.
Runner 57 Tango, behind the departing Airbus A319, fire Juliet 1, runway 08 right, line 85.
Other than one,
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Airnaut 103, runway 08 right, cleared for takeoff, just 1060 degrees.
Lift takeoff 08 right, Air not 103. Alright, hold it on the brakes. Get N1 to about 40%.
Air France 2004, Gatwick Director,
Let's do a flex takeoff. Nice gentle acceleration. Okay, it's V1. Let's rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. 129 decimal 430.
Skyways 157, climb flight level 180, Elbow 1 Mike arrival, home navigation direct Welling.
Okay, we'll hand fly the first bit.
Lima 256, climb flight 350.
Engines into climb.
350. Lima 40 Alpha left turn 240 degrees.
Under control, good evening. Shuttle 4 Bravo, Alpha 1 Juliet, pass in 3000.
Shuttle 4 Bravo, hello, climb now, follow 120.
Climb flight level 130, Shuttle 4 Bravo.
Negative 120.
120, Shuttle 4 Bravo.
Under control, air not 103 with you 2,600 feet.
Then 103 London, hello to you, climb now, flight level 180.
Climb now, flight level 180, air not 103.
63, climb flight 230.
230,
Okay, put the plane into open climb.
Tower 2 boy, London, hello, DLSO, 1 hotel arrival for 9 left, descend flight level 130.
Why did it just speed through that then? Because we were following the flight directors, weren't we? That's weird.
5 Bravo, contact Brussels control on 129 at decimal 575.
129.575.
American 104, you cleared to land 09 left, the wind 070 degrees, 3 knots.
Okay, standard pressure 6,000 feet. Yeah, Funny Gamer, we're live on Twitch and we are live in horizontal form on YouTube as well.
050 Golf, follow to you. Push shuttle through facing south, please.
Yeah, enable south, big south here.
Shuttle 45 Charlie Whiskey right, turn 240 degrees.
And these London controllers are just flipping awesome. So awesome to hear it.
Change 72 Bravo Quebec with you.
Alright, coming up 10,000 feet.
Shannon 72 Bravo Quebec, hello, climb flight level 320.
Climb flight level 320, change 72 Bravo Quebec.
Shuttle 4 Bravo, fly heading 360 degrees, climb flight 160.
Delta Bravo, welcome.
Flight level 160, Shuttle 4 Bravo.
Skybase 157, nothing further unfortunately, continue on Unicorn 1228, bye. Cheers, Big 40 Alpha left turn 150 degrees. Easy 29 Alpha Mike, descent flight level 80. Easy 987, descent flight level 100.
Yeah, that's right. Funny Gamer.
Shuttle 5... Shuttle 2 Romeo even, hello, push and start approved, face into the mount. Push the mount. 240 Alpha left turn 112 degrees,
This controller is just killing it. Absolutely killing it. By the sounds of it, it's doing round on Heathrow. Direct Brooklands Park, climb 360, and not 103. Okay, that'd be BPK, Brooklands Park. I did wonder for a minute, like, 360. Brooklands Park, I said it wrong. Any tips for someone new on VATSIM? First VATSIM flight for the summer holidays. Yeah, do an observer flight. Yes, Harry, there's a guide on the channel. There's a message for me there, but then they kept talking. Under control, Air 103. I think I missed a message from you just then. 360, Air 103. Alright, we're shifting now. Cheers, Harper. Yeah, we've got the new air rack on the go at the moment, which is good. Downloaded that just before we went live this evening. How do people do that view you just did? Oh, you mean the wing view? So go into the camera menu, change fixed look to free look, then move around to where you want, then press Control Alt and a number, and it will save that view. Then to view that view, press just Alt and the number. Chasing me down, Tricky. Hi, Julian. We're going to get chucked over to Unicom any minute, I think. Air 103, thanks very much. There we go, a bit of peace and quiet now, I can have a chat to you all. Oh, it's busy. That controller, flipping heck, just skills. Absolute skills from that controller. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's really tricky because if there's nothing on at Heathrow, which there currently isn't, if you're doing London control, you therefore assume responsibility for all of Heathrow in terms of its ground movements, its tower activities, and you've got to do London control. And let's say you've got like Luton involved, you've got Stansted involved, you've got to do all of it. It's like crazy. I do wonder whether some controllers must just see that and be like, nope, I'm not logging on tonight. No chance. Not a chance. But yeah, Delta Bravo, to your point in Twitch when you said like any tips for anyone new to VATSIM, I think the best thing I can advise really is that you do an observer flight. And what I mean by that is when you connect on VATSIM with vPilot, there's a tick box on the screen where you click the connect button and you tick it to say you want to go into observer mode. That means that you can see and hear everyone else on the frequencies, you can see them, you know, on screen, but they can't see or hear you. It's really designed, I think, for people that want to do shared cockpits. So you'd have like, there's two of you. One of you would be the person that actually connects to VATSIM. The other person would be the one that doesn't. You go in observer mode. But it's really handy for learning on VATSIM because you can kind of look on map.vatsim.net, see who's around, find someone going somewhere, park up next to them, and then basically just kind of pretend that you're them. Very handy. And we can't see a lot tonight, can we? Can't see very much at all. Yeah, cloud gaming is rough. Very, very rough. I did try playing... What was it I tried playing on Xbox Cloud Gaming? It was like Halo Guardians, I think it was, because I had the Halo Master Chief Collection on Steam. So that gives me like Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, ODST and Reach. And I was like, sweet, now I'll play 5 in preparation for Infinite coming out. And couldn't find it, it's not on PC. So I had to play it on Xbox Cloud Gaming. It's just, yeah, it's awful. Not doing that again. Not a chance. You're behind me, Tricky. There you are, back there, look. Ah, I'm torn. I'm really torn. I don't know if I like flying at night. Like, to me this just seems like we're looking at a big black screen and it's pointless. I know some people love it, but I don't know, not for me. Whereas, just to show you the difference, I mean, how much better is that? That is like a billion times better, in my opinion. Just look at that. It's gorgeous. What do you reckon? Nighttime or daytime? I'll leave it up to you. Daytime for sure, yeah. Daytime. Okay, there's 2 for daytime so far. I'm glad it's not just me, because I'm sure I've done it before where I fly at this time of night and then people are like, ah, nighttime, You like both. I mean, sunset's kind of the ideal, I would say. Just as it's getting dark. Yeah, go on then, let's do a dusk. Let's turn it to dusk. At least then we're sort of semi-true to the title and the thumbnail, aren't we? Oh, yeah, what about that? Yeah, we'll leave it there. Beautiful. I just feel like at night time you're leaving so much on the table. Like the whole point of the sim is that it just looks flipping amazing. And to just fly at night in pitch black doesn't seem quite right. Oh, we should let the passengers out. Shouldn't we? Nighttime landing tonight. I'll give it a go, Tricky. Yeah, alright, I'll give it a go. Like, I'm rubbish at night, but I'll give it a go. Can't say fairer than that. Isn't there an add-on where you can just lock the time? So you can just have like a continuous sunset? Yeah, it will be dark. Should be. Should be fine. What time are we at now? Yeah, I mean we've got like 3 parts of an hour. Low. Okay, yeah, I might have to take advantage of that one. Because I feel like it's better for the channel for me to stream this time of day. Although my data points are still a bit weak on that assumption. But then I feel like I'm constantly kind of flying in the face of nighttime. And that it is nighttime, but I don't want it to be nighttime. And then people in chat are like, why is it nighttime? Or why is it daytime when it's nighttime? Yeah, started New Sky Tricky. How you doing, Haz? Any tips for when the MCDU messes up flight plan? I don't know. Never really had much trouble with it, to be honest. If you haven't done already, hitting that like button would be a huge help for me. It really does help the video, the channel, everything. And it's free. I'll be doing mad loops. Ooh. Oh, I did experience a very small amount of that with the fly-by-wire ones. That was ages ago. I haven't flown in the fly-by-wire in a long time. We should do some fly... We'll do a fly-by-wire stream next week, shall we? Because I know when I bought the Fenix, I was like, no, I'm not going to forget the fly-by-wire because it's been so good to us and, you know, kind of feel like it's a big part of the channel. And it was for like well over a year. Because I didn't really want to spend the money on the Fenix. The channel wasn't making any money and it was a bit of a hard sell, really, to be like to my family, good news, I've just spent 50 quid on a pretend airplane. So yeah, the fly-by-wire was massive in getting this channel going in the early days, so we should definitely check back in with the fly-by-wire. Do we have any news on the A380? I feel like we could probably do with some news on that front. Okay, so how you doing? I'm feeling tired. H Aviation, I think I hear you flying out a bit ago on the network. Yeah, you probably did. Busy, wasn't it? Okay, so you did that in real life or in the sim? Night at night, good evening, how are you? Real life, no way, that's so cool. Love to see it. Is the Phoenix worth it over the fly-by-wire? I've been stuck between that or learning one of the PMDGs. So my journey was I spent ages in the fly-by-wire, and then when the PMDG came out I bought that because I kind of felt like, well, there isn't a free alternative that's any good. So I held off on the Phoenix because I felt like the fly-by-wire was a free, good alternative, albeit not as feature complete. And once the channel started paying its way a little bit, kind of felt like, for me it got to the point where it's like, A, I'd really like it, and B, it felt like I was doing the channel a bit of a disservice by not having it. And I bought it when V2 came out. Tom doesn't sound too happy. Yeah, it was busy. I think that controller was doing Heathrow as well because no one's online for Heathrow. So not only did you have to do the London, like the actual London airspace as a whole, he's also doing lots of ground control on Heathrow as well, which is crazy when you think about it. Will the A350 cost money? The Unibuilds one, almost certainly, yeah. No idea how much. Richard, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for being with us. My Mac is 0.751, so I'm guessing it's shooting for 0.75. Yeah, that's some mad skills, isn't it, from that controller. Oh, I can't wait for the update to Navigraph Charts where we can get VATSIM overlays on it. It's going to be so flippin' handy. I feel like at the moment I've kind of got to use the Charts app, so I've actually kind of stolen the iPad from my wife and kids tonight. It's their iPad really, I don't really use it, but I've nicked it and I've installed Charts on it. So I've kind of got it off just here. You can't see it, but literally I'm sort of touching the screen with my hand there. And it's amazing for seeing your way around airports and looking at waypoints and looking stuff up. Like when that controller said to me, go direct to Brooklands Park, I saw a waypoint on the tablet called BPK, I tapped it, confirmed it's called Brooklands Park, I therefore knew what I was doing. It'd just be very handy to have like a VATSIM coverage overlay and VATSIM pilots overlaid. Because I feel like I need to keep switching between that and like something like map.vatsim.net. It looks like there's no ATC on Edinburgh tonight, which is unusual. So it could be uniform all the way there at this rate. Yeah, I love a bit of flight sim vibes. Definitely is good for the soul. There's a dirty window, isn't it? Still. Oh, look at that livery in the daylight. There's someone down there. Where's Tricky? There's Tricky back there. Such a teeny tiny little bus, I love it. How cool is that? We've got the reflection on the winglet, look at that. This game looks so good. Yeah. That's how we do it. David, good evening. Josh, we are heading up to Edinburgh. EGPH is the airport code for Edinburgh. "45 miles till the top of descent," so we'll get our destination data in now. Let's have a quick look at the arrival performance. So wind is 100 degrees, 8 knots. 15 degrees, 1023. Was it 1008, wasn't it? Yeah. 15 degrees on the ground. And "310 feet is the minimums into runway 06. Mark, welcome to the channel. Thanks for being with us. Can anyone else not see raindrops on the windshield for the Phoenix? I thought we could see it during takeoff. Oliver, if you can scroll back to the takeoff section. Might be able to see. Matthew, how's it going? Good to see you. So where's our top of descent? There it is. About 25 miles out. So what's the plan then? We're on Unicom, so we can run the show ourselves. We're going to go down to 4,000 feet. Should be alright. No, it's not tricky, not yet. It's not yet. It's, I've been bundling it all up today. I'll let you into a little secret. It is hosted on the website currently. I just haven't actually linked it to the page. So I could send you a direct link on Discord if you're desperate for it. But yeah, 321, both CFM and IAEs are available, or will be available soon. As will the 319 CFM, IAE. Obviously we're in the CFMs at the moment. Yeah, it's always one of the downsides of a new plane coming out. It's like, oh god, I've got delivery. I hate doing it. Really don't like doing it. Guess URL. You do very well to guess it. It doesn't necessarily follow the same format as like the 320. Thomas, sorry I didn't see you sneak in there. How you doing? David says, I've updated my GPU to 4070 Super, very nice, paired with a 5800 X3D. It smokes, yeah, I bet it does. Yeah, I bet it does. Yeah, that's a really nice balanced system you've got there. I'd say that's just right. CPU, GPU pairing, that is spot on. Nicely done. Top of descent is rapidly approaching now. Now this is where it's going to get interesting, I think, because I've yet to do a full flight in this, so I've yet to do a proper descent. And apparently, I've got to be a bit careful with this one. It can run away from you if you're not careful. Still nothing online for Edinburgh, so we'll be fending for ourselves. Here we go, 2.5 miles. Pop it into manage now. And down we go. Yeah, Abdullah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm not entirely sure how well the landing's gonna go on that basis, but luckily I don't mind making a fool of myself in front of loads of people on the internet, so there is that. Not sure I'm loving the dirt on the window. Kind of gets in the way a bit, doesn't it? So like the other side without the sunlight. Yeah, it's better without the sunlight. It's the sunlight doing it, isn't it? Do I want some ATC in Edinburgh? Never say no. You're not a controller, are you? Oh, you are? No way. That's cool. Well, let me say thanks for all you do as a controller. Like, so easy to take it for granted, isn't it, as a pilot, that the controllers will just be there, and yeah, it's amazing what you'll do. Seems that a plane down there is challenging us to a race. also going to Edinburgh. Would be interested to know what your GPU load is. We checked the other night, David, actually. It was about 60%. 66, I think it was at, roughly. Yeah, let me have a look. Yeah, so sitting here right now, GPU load is 54, 56, 55. So basically it's running at like half throttle, isn't it? Which is to say, in a surprise to absolutely nobody, we are CPU limited at 40 FPS. So the GPU could probably do, I don't know, 80 at 4K pre-frame generation. Chuck frame gen on top, you could probably double that or go some way to getting on for it. Yes, I am using FSLTL. Any tips to keep it manageable on the CPU? Well, that's like the million-dollar question with Flight Sim. It doesn't seem to matter what you do. It's always CPU limited. Yeah, it's one of those, I'm afraid, where the sim is very single thread limited, so you're really only going to see performance as a single core performance improves with processors, and or they have loads of cache added to them, like the 5800X3D, 7800X3D did. Be very keen to see what the 9800X3D is like. Presumably that's what it's going to be called, like when that finally gets here. We'll see what that's like. The terrain level of detail is probably the biggest factor. I think a lot of people think, oh, that just affects the graphics card because, you know, more detail equals more work for the graphics card, but actually more detail equals more objects, more things to keep track of, more this, more that, and then, lo and behold, the load on the CPU increases quite dramatically. Hey, Grand is online. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, FSLTL does have a hit. I mean, just being on BatSim has a hit as well. But yeah, it does have a hit, that's for sure. Like, we were getting in the 20s coming out of Gatwick, which isn't great. Huge fan. Was over at Frankfurt around an hour ago and heard a voice that seemed like it was you. Just wondering, how was it? EDDF an hour ago. No, wasn't me. Not guilty. Baz, that's a really interesting point. So in the Airbus, which we're in now, the throttles don't move. You just literally click them into this bit here, the climb gate, and my physical ones are clicked into their climb gate, so it's in sync. The Boeing, however, yeah, you're right, the levers in the plane are motorised. Therefore, you're quite right, it can go out of sync with where your position is on the physical throttle. So on the PMDG there's a setting you can turn on where on your N1 dials obviously you can see what the plane's doing, and then it also shows in blue where your physical dials are. So just before you disable the auto throttle, you can sort of match up your physical dials so that there's not a big disparity. Because imagine if you've got your throttle set to like 100% and you're in descent and you disable auto throttle, all of a sudden your throttle's going to wind up to full, which is what you don't want. So it allows you to have that little bit more control. ETA is more drag. Oh no. This is how it starts. I was warned about this. Yeah, we're going Tartan, then sort of in and around Tricky. Or Tartan, out and back and around. So yeah, we're going to Tartan. Cameron, how's it going? Oh, radar's just come online. Happy days. It's all coming up Millhouse. Who's that people at the door? Ah. Edinburgh approach, please contact me 121.205. Edinburgh approach, good evening, Air Not 103, flight level 150.
Air Not 103, Edinburgh radar, hello, speed 250 knots or greater, vectors I left approach runway 06.
Speed 250 or greater, expect vectors to the ILS 06, Air Not 103.
Air Not 103, descend flight level 90.
Descend to flight level 90, Air Not 103.
Ryanair 57 Tango Edinburgh radar, hello, speed 220 knots. Factor in ILS approach to runway 06, descend flight level 100.
Still got the old speed brakes out. I think they're going to be out all the way in, aren't they? This is the Fenix A319.
Easy 868, expedite descent, 28 miles till touchdown.
Standard preference for when I land. Normally.
Oh. Altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1023.
6,000 feet, QNH 1023, Air Not 103.
Air Not 103, turn left heading 325.
Turn left heading 325, Air Not 103.
Easy 868, descent to altitude 4,000 feet.
Alright, lights on, 10,000 feet and all. Yeah, sorry, about the standard preference. Normally I sort of go for somewhere along like stand 1 up through wherever, really. Not fussy. Any way you like.
Easy 868, turn left heading 270 degrees.
I'm just hoping I can get this slippery eel of a plane down on the ground.
6000 feet, QNH 1023.
So, presumably we can lose the speed brakes now. One lives in hope.
Easy 868, turn right heading on 050 degrees. Cleared our left approach runway 06, descent altitude 3000 feet.
Oh, this is a good bit of timing, wasn't it? Okay, QNH is now set to 1023. Fuel on board when we land is going to be 2.7.
Right, F57 Tango, turn left heading 270 degrees. Air at 103, speed 220 knots.
220 and at 103. Okay, so we've got 52.6 plus 2.7. Is that 53.3, 55.3. Yeah, we should be alright below auto brake. We'll be alright.
Air at 103, 22 miles till touchdown, descent altitude 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet and at 103.
Easy 868, just missed the localizer there, turn right heading 095 to establish. Air at 103, turn left heading 280 degrees.
280 air naught 103. Oh, this is nice. This timing's just right, isn't it? We're going to get a nice little dusk landing. Oh, Chelsea, I don't know. I don't know, I'm not feeling great about all of this, to be honest.
And at 103, turn right heading 325, speed 180 knots.
325 for 180 and at 103. Three, 2, 5. Right, this is where we need to start slowing down, isn't it? Okay, so we're just coming to the end of our 4,000 feet descent, so I'm hoping... okay.
And at 103, descent to altitude 3,000 feet.
3,000 feet and at 103.
And on 103, turn right heading 035, cleared ILS approach runway 06.
035, cleared the ILS approach, runway 06, and at 103.
Right at 57 Tango, turn right heading 320 degrees. Right at 57 Tango, 1 mile from touchdown, descent altitude 4,000 feet.
Yeah, let's go flaps 3.
ETA 68 speed 160 knots, and then turn onto 4 DME. ETA 68 runway 24, clear to land surface wind, correction runway 06, clear to land surface wind 100 degrees, 10 knots.
2,500.
Happy days. Right, approach mode. Plane seems to have overshot a little bit there. No doubt it will straighten itself up.
And up 103, speed 160 knots, then turn until 4 DME.
160 until 4 DME and at 103. Alright, flaps full. We're snaking around a bit, aren't we? Let's crank up the volume so you can hear the plane a bit better.
ET354 Papa, Edinburgh radar, hello, hold that target and publish right hand turn, descend flight over 200. Right F5 Tango, descent altitude 3,000 feet, turn right heading 030 degrees, cleared ILS approach runway 06.
Is the cockpit noisier when the flaps are down? Yeah, I suppose so, to an extent.
Right, F5 Tango, speed 180 knots. ET868, roger, turn right heading 150 degrees, climb to altitude 4,000 feet.
Gear down.
And at 103, runway 24, clear to land surface wind, correction runway 06, clear to land surface wind 100 degrees, 10 knots.
Clear to land runway 06 and at 103.
Right, F5 7 Tango, speed 160 knots, and then turn until 4 DME.
Okay, we've got ground in the standby frequency. Shall we have a go at doing this ourselves? Let's go to our final approach speed.
1,000.
Looking too shabby. touch on the low side though, I think.
Easy 3 transform Papa, continue to descend flight level 200. Easy 8687 right heading 243.
God, I'm snaking. Hello? What was that?
$500. $400. $300.
Okay, got a bit of a wind from the right. Just keep that in mind. But we're going a bit too low.
Minimum.
Continue. $100.
Light slow.
40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Oh, that was a hard one. Flipping heck. Flipping heck, that was a hard one. 500 feet per minute. Yikes. Good grief. Yeah, this thing definitely feels different to the A321. That's for sure. Yeah, butter. Right? We buttered that one alright. Yay. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That was not good.
Right, F57 Tango, 36.100 degrees, 0 knots from the 06 clear to land. And at 103, contact the ground, 121.755.
Contact ground on 121.755 and at 103. There we go. Edinburgh ground, good evening, air not 103, vacated 06. Possible resurface of the runway required. Stand 10 via Alpha and Foxtrot, and 103. Good grief. Here comes Tricky. Right, Tricky, we need at least 800 feet per minute from you after that, okay? God dear, this 319. It's going to take a bit of practice, I think. Right, what have we got here then? I'm feeling a little bit lost here. Where do I normally go? 1-4. Need to go to the right, don't we? And 10 is there, just over there. There it is. Goodness gracious. I won't lie, I am disappointed, but it's early days in the minibus, isn't it? I think I was handling it much like I was handling the 321. I don't think I gave it quite enough back pressure. Oh, look at the people wandering around inside the terminal. Pirigi did such a good job of this. On which subject? There we go. Parking brakes on. God, I'm going to get fined so badly for that landing. That's not a good landing. You got 245. Tricky, that's unacceptable. In fairness, if I was in the 737, I'd have probably got like 145. So there. There we go. Let's wait for the APU to fire up. I should have done that as we were taxiing in, to be honest. That's my bad. Yeah, Pirigi is apparently reduced the prices of some of their airports to try and stimulate some sales. So if you ever were on the fence, I'm not sure if it's like proper sale or if the prices have just been dropped a bit. But yeah, go check them out. Go check them out. What we might do in a minute is disconnect from VATSIM and do a couple of landings in on 06 using FSI panel just to see if we can sort it out. Alright, let's close the flight and then we'll assess the damage on New Sky. That says I had an average touchdown. There's nothing wrong in that. Let's have a look, I'll show you. Okay, New Sky. Yeah, 9.57 on that. Okay, fine. Average touchdown, 1.57 G. Acceptable range from the threshold, centerline deviation less than a meter. So otherwise it was alright, wasn't it? It was alright otherwise. Cool. Good stuff, and I made the airline 15 grand. Happy days. Right, we'll get rid of that. And we will disconnect from VATSIM. We'll just say thanks very much to ground. Edinburgh ground in at 103. Thanks very much indeed for the service. And we will have a quick go of FSI panel. Because we don't like to be beaten. Yes. Tricky, you're obviously using hacks. That's what it is. Right, let's dismiss that. We need to put the plane into a ready state. How does one join the Air Not VA? You need to get yourself a New Sky account and then you can join. You need to have a pilot rating of 8.0 or higher. Alright, let's do that. Turn on FSI panel. Acknowledge that. Move the aircraft. And it should get everything ready for us. Set your thrust levers. Climb D10.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Oh, that was a rough old landing, that, wasn't it? Cheers, Tricky.
Flight slope. Flight slope. Flight slope.
So we'll just let FSI panel take care of business here for a minute.
Flight slope. Flight slope.
Hold the brakes for 3 seconds to
slope.
take control. Gladly.
Flight slope. Flight slope. Flight slope. Flight slope. Flight slope. Flight
It's
slope.
got foggy all of a sudden.
Flight slope. Flight slope.
This will be a good opportunity, of course, to
Flight slope.
practice some of our nighttime landings.
Flight slope. Flight slope.
Now you know what's going to happen, don't you? This landing will go fine, and they'll be like, oh, why couldn't I have done that on that sim? No visual yet. Wait, what? I'm still connected to that sim? Oh, jokes. I was going to say I've closed vPilot. God, don't be doing that to me. Oh. Goodness gracious. Right. Yeah, there's a bit of a gnarly wind there, isn't there? I'm sinking, I'm sinking. I could feel it was going to do that before it did it. I feel like I'm floating. Ideal. I'm really struggling with this 319.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Oh, that wasn't very good either, was it? Struggling with this plane. 321, I seem to feel like I had a bit better luck with that one. Right, let's go again. Go again.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
How very weird. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's smaller, or maybe it's just me being rubbish tonight. I don't know, but Any update of going to FS weekend? Not currently. Don't even know when it is. .319's way more slippy. Okay, fair enough.
$1,000.
Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide slope.
Alright, I have control. Well, barely. Oh yeah, you're right. This is FS high panel is so good for training. Goodness knows we need some in the A319 at the moment. Where's that runway then? There it is. I can just make it out. Smaller movements on the stick, that's what we need.
500.
I feel like I overcook it a bit sometimes with this one. Two reds, two whites. It feels like we're on the slightly higher side of two reds, two whites though, but could be wrong. We've sunk. God, it feels twitchy. It feels really, really twitchy. Don't know whether it's the wind.
100.
Could be that it's at night time. Oh, that nose down. I'm really struggling here, guys. I'm not going to lie.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Well, that was smoother, but nowhere near on time, was it? Josh, you're watching the vertical stream. There's also a horizontal stream on YouTube, and there's also Twitch, but no one really chats on Twitch. Let's try it daytime, because I've got a horrible feeling it might be nighttime that's messing me up here. Is it nighttime or is it the plane? That's the question. Oh, you'll love it, Josh. You'll absolutely love it. It's a challenge, which is all part of the fun.
Ahead. Pull up.
Which is what we're seeing here. Quite evidently I'm finding it a challenge, but the day I find it all easy is the day I probably get bored and quit. So. Do you have a tip to watch the replay? There's a piece of software called Flight Recorder. Joystick or yoke? I prefer my yoke over my TCA Airbus stick, but it's a lot more money and it's a high quality product, so I guess I would do.
Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide slope. Wide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide
Yeah,
slope.
very much like the Boeing yoke. It's awesome. I mean, the TCA Airbus stick is brilliant value, but it is not as good as the yoke. That much is for sure. But then, you know, you can pick the TCA side stick up. I mean, I think RIP is $59.99, but you can find it for like $45 sometimes. It's an absolute bargain at that price. Do you ever want to be a real pilot? Not especially. I've always been interested in planes and always been interested in like flying them, hence my interest in the sim, but I think the reality of being a pilot isn't all that appealing. Procraft, just keep going, is my advice. If you're worried, do an observer flight. An observer mode flight. So just pick someone to follow. Not sure, Chelsea. Could probably be next week now. Why does this thing always sink at around 300 feet?
200. 200.
It's feeling a little bit better.
$50, $40, $30, $20, retard, retard.
A bit off the centre line, but that was an improvement. I wonder if it is the night time messing me up a bit. Which maybe means I need to train more at night time. Of course I could be getting more familiar with the plane as well. Let's do one more. Turn off live weather. Because that fog's annoying me.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
I wish there was like a tick box in the weather for change how it looks but keep the wind, if that makes sense. You can get tools like Volanta, like Sim Toolkit Pro, New Sky, the VA app we use will also show you your landing rating. FSI panel will also do the same.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Oh no, have I upset it?
Too low. Terrain.
I have. I messed with the altitude meter.
Tank rate. Tank rate.
Pull up.
Alright, one start this one again.
Terrain ahead.
20,
pull
retard.
up.
Too low. Terrain. Too low.
Speed,
Terrain.
speed.
Alright.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
Yes,
Pull
yes,
up.
yes, 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 yes.
Pull up.
I don't think it's liking this, is it?
Terrain ahead.
Too
Pull
low.
up.
Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Flight slow. Flight
Yeah,
slow.
FSI panel did not like me interfering then, did it?
Flight slow.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Right, let's just see if we can set it down on the runway, and that might allow us then to reset FSI panel. Hold your brakes for 3 seconds. Here we go. Finally. Yeah, I think I upset FSI panel. My bad. Right, here we go then. See, the daytime really helps. It feels like it does, at least. See how the actual landing goes. Touch on the low side.
300.
I don't know, it still feels really twitchy to me, this plane. I'm struggling a little bit with it.
Forty, 30, 20, retard, retard.
Yeah, I'm definitely struggling with the 319 a lot more than I expected. Maybe I just suck. I don't know. I don't feel like I was too bad in 321 the other day. Contrail, I think. I don't know. Is it on Orbex? Right, let's change aircraft. Not change aircraft. Do the approach again. I'm really, really struggling here. It's very, very strange to me. Let's go back to live weather. 319 is proving to be quite a tricky little beast.
Pull up.
No, I don't know if it already has. Look up the developer on Twitter, because he tweeted. We were chatting on Twitter the other day. I sort of commented on the tweet when he said about there's a bit of a lack of interest at the moment in scenery, and he thought it was maybe because of Flight Sim 24 coming out soon. Cheers, Airshot. Alright, let's try this again. I haven't had a good landing all night, have we? Not really. I wouldn't have said so. Okay, we'll wait for a visual. We'll disconnect the autopilot and we'll see if we can do it. Having a hard time here. I really am. Should we change it to night time? Let's go all out. Okay, over to the right required. A little bit.
200. 200.
Why is it at like 200 feet? It's like we're going over the top of a hill. You almost feel the plane sort of stop.
100.
Right, it's brilliant. God almighty. What is going on? Why can't I do this?
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard.
What is going on, guys? What's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Yeah, I don't know why FSI panel might have reset the QNH. I don't know what went on there. Oh, let's go again. We will keep going until we get a good one.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
What makes you ask, Paul? So is FSI panel going to mess with the QNH again?
Light slope. 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 Light slope.
Alright, let's try again. It just feels like the plane is very difficult to control. I'm having a real hard time with this. Just the feel of the plane is something I'm struggling with at the moment. Yeah, I am flaring too late, you're right. Excuses are what we do best on this channel, Rob.
500.
We get 4 reds here if we're not careful. It just feels like it sinks on me. It's feeling really like sinky.
200.
Okay, let's go for 3 reds on the bumpers.
100.
Keep our nose down.
50. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Blimey. And that was a bit smoother, but it felt like we sort of swayed our way in there. Maybe I needed more on the rudder. That was a bit better. Let's look at the landing report. On the centre line, allegedly. Good, good, good. 151 feet per minute. Okay, that's pretty good. Right, one more to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Josh, go to the website or like Google for FSI panel. It's a paid for add-on, so you do have to buy it. It's very, very, very good.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Yeah, it feels like just after 500 feet the plane sinks, and then at about 200 feet it's like it wants to float. I don't know whether that's me, but it seems like that's fairly consistent across all these landings. I suspect it is me, just sort of fighting and, you know, what have you. I didn't expect the 319 to put up such a fight tonight, though. I think maybe naively I was like, well, it'd be like the 321, but just a bit smaller. Definitely not.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
Alright, we're not going to do any approach mode. We're going to do it all by hand from here on out. To get over to the left quite significantly, don't we? Oh my god. I'm not having a great time here. Right, now we're lined up, finally. Flight directors no longer have a clue what's going on. Love to see it. Okay, 3 right, so we are high.
500. 400. 300. 400.
Bit wobbly there.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Better. Better, 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 better. Definitely feels like a squirrely little plane though, this. Alright, one more time for the people. One more time, then I gotta go to bed.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Have I ever had issues with Flight Sim only wanting to use one thread for the most part? Yeah, that's what it does. It's not multi-threaded happy at all, but you've got a nice CPU. You've probably got one of the better CPUs for the job, because even though you've got loads of cores and you're only using one, your CPU does have a very nice high clock speed on that one core, and it will perform very nicely. As good as you can reasonably expect with what we have at the moment. Flight Sim 24, I don't know, maybe things will be different, but I wouldn't hold your breath.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Oh, Thomas with the €10. Thank you for the donation. Thomas says, hey, hope you're having a good day.
Flight
Thomas,
slow.
we're really struggling at the moment with this A319.
Flight
it is
slow.
kicking me in the behind,
Flight
to put it
slow.
mildly.
Flight slow.
Thank you for the donation,
Flight
though, Thomas.
slow.
Really appreciate it.
Flight slow.
I'm sure it will make
Flight
me
slow.
much better at landing the Airbus. Honestly. Alright, let's try it again. This has been rough. I mean, the actual VATSIM landing was rubbish. We've had, like, what, 5 bad ones thereafter? I swear, guys, I'm not this bad. Honestly. It almost feels like if I let the glide slope dip away, it's almost like you can't recover it because there's like a lag with the auto throttle. Maybe we should do a manual thrust landing. I suppose we could do that. Bad landings are a state of mind. Well said. Yeah, I think there is a lot to be said for that. You know, a lot of it goes on upstairs, I think. Once you get in a bad mood, after a poor landing, and you do another one, and another one, and another one, that's when you start to think, you know, what's going on?
500.
Okay, nose down.
400.
There we go, there's the dip.
$300.
Looks like we're doing alright though. Gone over to the left now.
200.
Just keep aiming for that touchdown zone.
100.
It looks like we might be onto a winner here. Don't want to speak too
Flight
soon.
slow.
40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard.
That felt a bit on the firm side, but we did get roughly in the right place. check the landing report. Oh, that's an interesting point. Chelsea says flaps 3. Haven't considered that. It's going to be a hard landing, I think. It flipping wasn't 177 feet. That felt hard to me. Alright, yeah, that was alright. That was alright, that was alright, that was alright. Right, finally getting the feel of this A319. Last one. Keep saying that, don't I? Last one, last one. Alright, we'll do flaps 3.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Okay, we'll let the let FSI panel finish doing its stuff. Cheers, Adri.
Slow.
Thanks for all the help tonight.
Flight slow. 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 Flight
Let's
slow.
go conf 3.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
I'm holding the brakes. Right. Okay, so we're in a conf 3 configuration now, aren't we? Let's give it a go. Thomas, this is FSI panel. A wonderful, wonderful piece of software. Picture's looking alright. Ah, there's the flipping dip again. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Looks like 1,000 feet per minute then.
Flight slow.
Yeah, 3 reds.
Flight slow.
Yeah, flipping out.
Flight slow.
40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Oh, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Ugh. Is there a way to get FSI panel to set us up with a flaps 3? Flaps 3, there we go. get FSI panel to do it. So that then might affect our speeds. So I feel like we were maybe at a flaps 4
Terrain
speed
ahead.
or flaps 3,
Pull
which
up.
may not have been ideal. Right. Last one. I feel myself getting frustrated. Ah, stupid Airbus A319. Stupid me, more like. What was it they say about bad workmen and blaming tools?
Glide slow.
I wish that it would start us a bit higher for the short approach. It feels like we're kind of just sat below the glide slope, waiting for it for far too long.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Right, let's try again. Last one. Let's make it count. Definitely ready for bed after this. Hold it steady. Don't know why every time around 400 to 500 feet I dip to like 1,000 feet per minute descent rate, and I don't know why I'm doing it. Don't know why I'm doing it. And then I try and level off, and then at 200 feet it feels like you're climbing up a hill again.
200.
Very bizarre indeed.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard,
Not bad. Not bad. Goodness gracious. Right, folks. I'm going to have to leave that one there. That wasn't a bad way to finish. Let's just check the landing report. On the centre line, 222 feet per minute. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I just need to stop doing the whole dipping too much. Would I need to buy plane models to use FSI? Depends what planes you want to fly, Thomas, really. I mean, I use it to get better at the Fenix, to get better at the PMDG, things like that. That's kind of where I find it holds the most value. But yeah, very nice bit of software. Very, very nice bit of software indeed. Right, folks, I am going to leave it there before I completely go mad trying to get the hang of this A319. More practice is required, and more practice we shall have. That I can guarantee. Not entirely sure when I'll be back streaming next. It might be after the weekend. I'm not sure yet. I hope you all have a nice weekend. Hope you all have a good end to the week, and I will see you when I'm next live or when I pop up a video. I've got a very cool video coming soon. I'm working on it now. I'm doing some filming, doing some editing. It's one that I'm really excited to share with you all. I can't say anything yet. I can't talk about it yet. So get subscribed. But I'm really looking forward to putting it out there and seeing what you all think. Until next time, folks, have a good one and take the very best care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.